So how do you want to
Oh, yeah.
start this thing?
Well, best way to start is to just do it.
Okay.
All right. Well, hi, everyone. Welcome to Well-Behaved Women. I am one of your hosts. I'm Hannah, and I am here by our hostess with the mostest, Lauren.
My mother will love that you said that.
Hostess with the mostest?
Is totally the hostess with the mostest.
Yeah, my mom's on the same boat.
Whenever people come to her house, it becomes the Shill Sheraton, and she's like, well, which suite would you like?
Which suite? We have the honeymoon suite, and the presidential suite is available tonight.
You know what? I usually take the presidential suite because the presidential suite
You get a friends and family
is nice,
discount.
Nice and cooler downstairs.
Ooh.
They have this heated mattress topper.
Ooh.
Where you can like turn a little knob and then just have it
I like that.
very calmly heating you throughout the night.
I love
so nice.
that.
I sleep super well when I'm there.
That I can imagine. I probably would.
Anyway, yeah, welcome to the show.
Yes, welcome. Sorry. Yes, this week it is just Lauren and I. B is out on vacation.
Yes.
Yes. I believe vacation. Mm-hmm. So they're out and doing their own thing. So this week it's just us. And Lauren has something very interesting for me today. Something I'm very pumped about, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Haven't heard it yet, but
didn't realize how cool this person was until I researched, and then I was like, in a million trillion years, I will never be this smart.
Ooh,
ever.
Okay.
All right, so we're covering a smarty pants tonight.
I love a smarty pants.
Smarty pants.
Sometimes I hope I'm a smarty pants. I could use it.
I worry about it a lot.
Yeah.
I worry about whether or not I'm a smarty pants.
Yeah, same.
On this year in history, in Canada, women were finally legally considered people.
Oh, well, that's great. I don't know how to... Thanks.
It's nice and recent.
Thanks, Canada.
Yep. Joseph Stalin sends Leon Trotsky into exile.
Okay, Joseph Stalin. So we're talking... Before the USSR was still the Soviet... Was it the Soviet Union yet? All right. Initial guess... This is going to show how little I know. 1911.
October 24th and 29th became known as Black Thursday and Black Tuesday in a devastating market crash that would usher in the Great Depression.
All right, so it's like 1930.
1929.
1929, okay.
Yeah.
So I was 18 years, and this time, technically, Price is Right rules.
You won.
But I'm the only contestant this week, so doesn't help my case.
I think B just doesn't play, and so it's his loss.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So we also got a woman named... When I inevitably mispronounce...
Oh, that's my cat. Sorry. We can hold for a second. She's clawing her way out from under the bed.
I'm dying!
Literally,
Let
you
me
can look in the TV. You can see her claw her way out.
Oh my god.
It's hysterical, and she loves it.
So dramatic.
She is the most dramatic cat.
Are you a dramatic princess?
Yeah. Hi, Kitty.
Oh, Pippin is exactly the same. I'm drama.
I am drama. She is drama. She might meow at us, and I'm going to try to, hopefully...
You want to come say hi? You want to be a well-behaved kitty?
She will be very vocal. No, she's going to go check out the hallway. Are you going back in?
I don't know what I want, Mom.
I just
Stop
imagine,
pressuring me.
I imagine it's like that scene in Shawshank Redemption where he comes out of the sewage pipe and just...
Into the river.
And it's like 3 times.
He's got his little bag.
Yeah, that scene. That's her. But she doesn't scream. She's quiet about it.
She stares at you with this apathetic
Why the fuck did you buy a bed this low to the ground? I didn't buy it for you, cat. All right, anyway. So sorry. Thank you for taking a moment to pause for her bullshit.
Kitty!
Hi. Bye.
She left.
Okay, bye. All right. Okay, back to it.
So we got a woman named Shakuntala Devi.
Okay.
I'm gonna mispronounce names. Please don't.
Yeah,
sorry.
And
I'm sorry in advance.
Guarantee I couldn't do any better, so I'm gonna apologize for myself.
All right, so Shakuntala. We know almost nothing about her mother. Her father grew up in Orthodox Kannada Brahmin, which I know very little about.
I know nothing.
Yes. He had rebelled against the tradition for that religious upbringing of becoming a priest in the temple right there. He literally ran away and joined the circus.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a departure. I wasn't expecting the circus. I really wasn't.
0 to 100, real quick.
No, like 40 to 375 is where that went for me. I'm trying to make the connections here.
Whiplash.
So he must have really hated it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So clearly being in the circus was not part of the religion. Got it.
No.
All right.
Not at all.
All right. Do you know what he did in the circus?
He was a trapeze artist,
Oh.
a lion tamer, a tightrope walker, and a magician.
Oh, okay. So he diversified.
He had a robust portfolio.
He had a robust portfolio. I'm trying to think when in this religious orthodox. Now, anytime I've heard the word orthodox, it usually to me means Catholicism or Christianity of some kind, but I could be very wrong here.
Orthodox just means,
Fundamental?
yeah, like traditionalist.
Okay, traditional, so it has nothing to do with Catholicism specifically. I'm learning a lot.
No, there's Orthodox Jews and Reformed Jews.
Duh. I knew about Orthodox Jews, and
Yeah.
yet here I am forgetting all about it.
It's okay.
Yeah, okay.
We've got the fundies in the Mormon church.
We got fundies everywhere.
Yeah.
We probably have fundamental atheists.
There are a lot
I
of...
guarantee.
I'm sure if fundamental atheists existed, they would have told you that they existed already. Because you know what you can't do?
So it's a unicorn.
It's like asking if someone does CrossFit. You never ever are
you don't
gonna
wanna
need to
ask.
You don't ever need to ask
don't wanna
because
ask.
they'll just let you know.
I don't want to hear anything about CrossFit.
Yeah, well.
If any listeners do CrossFit, I applaud you. But
don't tell us about
don't
it.
tell me specifically, because I will tune out.
Yeah.
My eyes will glaze over.
I'll dissociate.
I
and
will.
go, I'll think about the next sugary
You'll meet Susan.
You'll meet Susan and she won't be a very happy camper. No.
nice.
No, I'll
my
dissociate and start thinking about something chocolate.
Chocolate.
Yeah, exactly.
We have something chocolate downstairs.
Oh my god.
I forgot.
We do. We,
We
have
do.
shakes.
Okay. Well,
We're
anyway,
gonna have to take a break at some point.
we will,
to go
and
take
we'll talk
shakes.
about ice cream then. Mm-hmm. We're here to talk about Shakuntala.
Yes.
Okay. I hope I.
So her dad was in the circus, and naturally that family lived the type of life one lives when born into a circus.
They're all over the country, all over. No stable home. This poor girl.
So around 3 years old, her father started noticing that Shakuntala was good with numbers.
Okay.
He would try to do card tricks with her and kind of teach her the ropes, but he realized that she would memorize them. So she kind of kept catching him out on these things, and he got a little suspicious.
Oh, she'd be a great critic. She could rip her dad's show apart.
Oh, I'm sure that was part of it, but he figured basically he was like, all right, well, why are you so good? You're 3 years old.
Put her on the stage. Oh no. Oh shit.
He helped her develop it.
Am I a
He helped
stage
her
mom?
grow it. And he exploited the fuck out of it.
Shit.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be right. I did not want to be right.
So he left the circus. He took Shakuntala on tours where she would show everyone how good at math she was.
And Hollywood was right in its best age of exploiting child actors. So he could have gone the acting route.
So this is in India.
Oh, it's in India. I keep forgetting it's India.
Yes.
Okay. We're in India.
We know nothing about that culture.
No, I do not.
Well, I know very little. I will explain exactly what I know in
Yes.
this episode because that's the only thing I know.
Well, now I know it's definitely not Catholic. Most likely not. Maybe I shouldn't say definitely not, but most likely not Catholic. Okay. I'm like being very not serious. I know it's not Catholic.
Yeah, Kannada Brahmin is a religion, I want to say maybe Hindu sect? Maybe?
We can look it up.
Maybe Buddhist? Yeah, you know what? You got the internet.
But continue. I'll look it up.
Anyway, so she immediately started becoming the cash cow for the family.
Oh.
Yep.
At 3?
6.
Six.
By the time she was 6, she was touring, yeah. And
Okay.
she was the breadwinner. Her dad had quit, and she was like, I'm making the big bucks, I guess.
Oh my god, that is absolutely child star beginnings. Almost always.
Very much so.
Oh no. She didn't get to be a kid.
She was invited to do a major show at the University of
Give it a shot.
Mysore.
How is it spelled?
Mysore.
Masore? No. Because I'm
Masore?
thinking like Italian or Spanish, but this is a totally different language.
I know.
I don't know how they pronounce them.
I got nothing.
All right, well,
I'm going to say Mysore.
sorry again.
So that was basically the beginning of her career as like a show mathematician. She'd go on tours and...
I'm sorry. A show mathematician?
Yes.
So like, is this like
She
Good
would
Will
do math
Hunting, bring a
problems.
blackboard
Yeah,
out?
she would... No. She would do math problems in her head on tour. We'll get into it.
Okay, yeah. I was going to say, because there's got to be some you have to check facts at those shows.
We'll get into it.
Okay.
But because of this, she grew really resentful of her father.
Obviously.
And obviously held a little bit of, at least a little bit of anger for her mother because she didn't stop it.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Right.
My question is, though, who is going to a circuit, or he's not in the circus anymore, who's going to, I'm assuming some viewing audience, like a theater or something like that, to go see math?
This is like the 1930s or whatever.
Was math new? No, it wasn't.
But she could add up or multiply or whatever these huge numbers.
Oh, so
And like she was a math prodigy.
I see. Okay.
And we'll get into it. I'm going to go through a few of her calculations that are just ridiculous.
I'm going to try to hold back.
You're fine. So she was a little bit resentful of her mom. Obviously, she wasn't happy with her dad. When Shakuntala was 15 in 1944, she moved to London. There was a rumor that she may have fled there following a violent altercation with a boyfriend. But that's not
Confirmed?
confirmed.
Okay.
She wasn't just a numbers prodigy. You could give her any date in history and she would tell you what day of the week it was.
Whoa.
Yeah, she was really good. Actually knew a kid. I worked at a daycare with he was an autistic kid.
Okay.
That could do that. You could give him literally any date in history and he would just be like, it was a Tuesday. And there's like a thing you can look up to where you can confirm that.
It's just, I can't imagine having just that immediate knowledge out of nowhere to just know on a date what day of the week it was.
Well, it's like tapping into some specific pattern or whatever. Like, you must just understand it at a different level. I don't know.
Wow. That's incredible.
But whatever it was, she was super good.
Love it.
So she went on these tours, and in 1950 she toured Europe going to universities to peddle her wares.
All right.
Except that it's doing insane math. Yeah.
I'm going to peddle my skills.
Yeah. So in October of 1950, she went on the BBC with Leslie Mitchell and showed off her talents. Problem after problem she solved with ease until there was an answer that differed from the computer solving the equations alongside her. So at that time, there were like calculating machines.
Okay.
And they were really early computers. So they would
fat ass
give her they would be like, what's this number times this number? And then they would plug it into the machine that would spit it out and would do the math. Okay. And she would just sit there and think about it and then give the answer and they would compare it.
That's crazy.
So at some point, the answer that she gave and the answer that the calculator gave were different.
Okay.
But then they redid it on the machine and it turns out that Shakuntala was right. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So Leslie was like, I'm sorry.
She beat a calculator.
She did. Yeah.
She beat a calculator, and yet here I am with like a calculator in my hand at all times, and I still can't even punch the numbers in right. Like, I'm having issues.
I mean, I still do it for like my percentages, I guess.
Oh, well, yeah.
But when I still go elementary school kind of mentality when I'm doing my times tables or whatever.
Do you carry the... Yeah! I mentally have to draw it in my head and cross it out and carry this tiny little one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tiny one.
This little one. Yeah. It's crazy that she didn't have to do all that and I'm sitting there with fingers out. She's incredible.
So Leslie was really impressed with her. He gave her the title of the human computer.
Makes sense.
Yes. It stuck forever. Like, forevermore.
All right.
She really didn't like the title.
Well.
She said, quote, "The human mind has incomparably more capabilities than a computer, so it's not fair to compare the two."
Damn.
Obviously, at that point, that was very, very true.
Yeah.
Now we're in an age where
a computer can do a lot.
At AI that, like, maybe can feel emotions.
It can make art.
It's not good art. Have you seen it?
Not all
like,
of it.
up close, it looks wrong. It's like walking into Meow Wolf. Everything is beautiful, but also, like, just
Interesting.
kind of...
I haven't tried it out for myself, so I've only seen the...
You haven't been to Meow Wolf yet?
No, Meow Wolf I have been
Okay.
to. Sorry, I meant AI art generation. I haven't dabbled in it, but I kind of want to, but...
I haven't dabbled in it either, but I have seen...
Yeah, I've seen some.
And, like, there's one... They have it in the, like, houseplants sub that I'm on, and there's a bunch of images that are AI generated that are, like, dream placements for plants, and they've got these, like, kitchen porn, with the perfect houseplants, and, like, the good cabinets and all this stuff.
See, where you said kitchen porn, my brain
You're
went
thinking actual
I went
porn.
to actual porn.
Yeah.
I meant to say decor porn.
Oh,
Decorn.
Yeah. Decorn. Yep. Decorn.
Take that and do it.
Plant and decorn.
Plant and decorn.
And along this kitchen, there's, like, these things that are just a little odd. So it's like a cup that'll be fused with a knife or something.
Oh, weird.
And they'll just kind of be melted into each other, or, like, something that will just drag across. It's a little too long. Or whatever.
Okay.
Things that just aren't quite right.
Interesting. So it's like a little bit, not surrealist, because surrealist you can tell right away. What's the other term where it's subliminal?
I guess so. It's like very unsettling.
Unsettling, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. All right, well, she's peddling her math wares.
And she's the human computer.
But she hates it.
She hates it. So in the 1960s, she returned to India. Mm-hmm. So there she met and married Paritosh Banerjee, who worked for the Indian Administrative Services at the time.
Okay.
In 1970, the couple had one daughter, Anuparma Banerjee. She was nicknamed Anu, so that's what I'm going to call her.
All right, Anu.
In this equation, 1 + 1 = 3.
Oh. I was like, no, it doesn't. I get it now.
It's a
family love story.
People.
I did not pick up on it.
People.
Yeah, it's people.
It's people.
People math.
In 1969, she was given the title of Most Distinguished Woman of the Year.
Hey!
I don't know what company gave her that title, so I can't really...
It was probably a math company.
Probably. Let's just assume so. Nice, prestigious math organization.
Thanks, math.
A lot of periods of her life are pretty quiet, like between these big events.
Mm-hmm. All right, good. I like to hear that.
Yeah. She
like
just kind
that.
of is.
Hopefully
in
happy-ish?
between. Yeah, I guess. A lot of her, basically we know about her through these articles that came out about her math.
Okay.
So she goes to New York City and she completes the following equation. Let's see if you can have, let's see what you got.
If only people could see my face.
25,842,278.
I don't even remember
Plus
the whole number.
111,201,721 plus 370,247,830 plus
God.
55,511,315 times times 9,878.
84 quadrillion.
Just
Am I in the
just a little.
the SATs? I don't want to do this again. Wow, she could do that?
Yeah.
And like quickly?
Yep.
What was the first
so-
number again?
This is 25,842,278.
Oh shit.
Okay. The answer is 5,559,369,456,432. She solved this equation in 20 seconds.
Okay. I don't think I could write the problem down in 20 seconds.
Yeah.
I would have to. For a second, when you were looking at her, I thought you were carrying. I thought you were trying to solve this problem.
Hell no. I looked all this shit up.
I'm tempted to just write it out. Oh. Wow, this is insane. That I have. I have no words. This is crazy.
I'm dying over.
That's okay.
So, she also wrote a couple books.
Oh, she had time for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know all those quiet periods of her life?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I guess she has time to write books in that period.
I assume maybe one of them's an autobiography.
What do you think the first one she ever published was?
Why I Quit the Circus.
Perfect Murder.
What? What? Okay. I don't know where this came. Okay. What? This is another departure.
It's another departure for sure.
Departures, please.
Your foot was so close. Your face was so close to my foot.
Sorry,
I
didn't even notice.
really worried about
I'm
how
sorry.
bad my feet smell. Like, oh no.
Didn't even notice.
Good. Okay.
Didn't even notice.
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay, so
Perfect Murder.
Perfect Murder. So is this fiction? Mm-hmm. Oh, thank God. I thought she was holding a deep, dark secret.
I think the premise of the book is like a wife murders her husband and perfectly disposes of the body or some shit. I don't know.
Should we check in on our husband? Is he alive?
Well, yeah, he's alive.
Okay.
He's alive.
All right, making sure.
Shortly following that, she published a book called Puzzles to Puzzle You. And then more puzzles to puzzle you.
Okay, good. She's got a theme.
The next year, she went to Southern Methodist University in Texas and spit out the answer for the 23rd root of a 201-digit number.
How the hell does she have this secret knowledge of numbers?
I don't know.
Oh, wow.
So
201 digits.
Yeah, so the 201-digit number was...
Oh, God.
Oh, God. I'm just going to read out the numbers. I'm not going to try to do the billion... Whatever.
I got you.
845-564-805-775-4734005-681-688-305-682-821-016-129-132-845-564-805-778. What the fuck is that number? 78 something. Oh, God.
Oh, no, you have to start over.
806-771.
Wow. And she found the 23rd root of that. I dare you to find the first root of that. What is the square root of that at all?
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Wow.
The answer is 546,372,891.
Sure.
The calculation
That makes sense.
The calculation was so complex and ridiculously long that the U.S. Bureau of Standards had to write a special program just to perform such a large calculation.
Wow. I forget that calculators have to be programmed with math.
It was done on the Univac 1101 computer.
Sure. When you say univac, I just think vacuum.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
It's a vacuum that does math. Okay.
Suddenly I'm thinking about the brave little toaster.
Oh, no. Oh, if the brave little toaster had a math friend. Wow. Okay. So did it say how long it took her to make that equation? To figure that out?
Let's see. I don't know.
Don't worry about it. I'm not going to make you look. Don't even worry.
Yeah, I don't know.
The fact that she made that answer,
I'm going to say it was less than a minute, so whatever.
even if
Yeah,
it was
that's
like
crazy.
even if it took her a day,
Yeah.
I really would be impressed. Or more. That's a very confusing news bulletin. What happened? Dot.
Elsewhere in India.
Okay.
So let's talk about India. This is a country I don't know anything about. You don't know anything about,
No,
except
I do
how
not.
dangerous it is for women to exist
Yes,
right there.
I do know that.
There was a big economic boom in the 50s, followed by literal famine in East India in the 60s.
Ooh.
For a while, India had been growing strong, but only in certain regards. International conflicts being what they are, it was inevitable. Big business was starting to be more important to the government than the normal guy.
What's new?
Their currency value went down, they had been in conflicts with neighboring countries, and so defense spending went way up to protect the borders, and of course it went way down for everyone else. As is tradition.
A very sad tradition indeed.
The left and the socialists were critical of the government because the poverty had got entrenched. Disparities rose with big business growing rapidly while the lot of the poor hardly changed. The Monopolies and Restrictive Trade Practices Act was enacted to check the growth of the monopolies, which was a result of crony capitalism indulged by the Indian big business.
Yeah. All right, so all of that's going on during this.
Yes. In 1965... the nation suffered terribly from a bad drought, and the economy took a nosedive for the next 3 or 4 years. The government tightened some regulations and introduced acts, but even the planning process for recovery plans was just weakened by nature of how bad it was. A woman we will definitely get into at some point, Indira Gandhi, she was the prime minister during this period.
Okay.
The government had promised the end of poverty, and yet poverty continued. The right wing of the government was attempting to control Congress, even as Prime Minister Gandhi herself was left center.
All right.
During this period, Gandhi nationalized banks in an effort to decrease corruption in the banking world. She's really known in her career for her centralization of power.
Okay.
By the early 1970s, pressures had broken out and led to war with Pakistan.
Yes, I know that one.
To make a long story short, things were kind of intense.
Right. Sounds like it.
Yep. 1977 was a really big year for Shakuntala. She published a book, which was called Figuring the Joy of Numbers.
Okay.
She had been growing in fame this whole time.
With her most famous mathlete.
She was the world's most famous mathlete. She was the magic math woman.
The limit does not exist. Sorry, I had to. Can't be a millennial if I don't quote Mean Girls.
Oh my god.
You can't sit here. You can't sit with us. We should just totally stab Caesar. Okay, I got it out.
She doesn't even go here.
And none for you, Glenn Cook. Oh no, four for you, Glenn Cook. And none for Gretchen Wieners. All right. That's the best part. That guy's like famous for those like 2 sentences.
All right, so Mean Girls definitely goes in the Hall of Fame for millennial women.
Yes, it does.
As does Clueless.
Yes.
Obviously.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll quote that one later.
Oh, for sure.
All right, so she's making it big.
Right.
Sort of. Yes.
So 1977 was a big year. She'd been growing in fame this whole time, but her family life had been really, really difficult. As it turned out, Paritosh was gay.
Oh, that's not looked on favorably there.
No.
No.
To give you a brief summary of what life was like as a gay man in India in the 1900s, I will pull this quote from Wendell Rodericks in his interview with Times of India's Debarati Sen.
All right, let me hold on to my butt for a second.
Okay. Hold on to your butts.
I'm holding on.
It was terrorizing. Sheer cold terror. What would everyone think? Family, friends, society.
Yeah, you'd be so isolated if you were to say or give the appearance in any way that you're gay.
Yeah. Officially, the Criminal Code of India, the Indian Penal Code, was established in 1834. It spelled out what things were crimes. And at the time, it was still a colony of Britannia, and when they gained independence in 1947, many of the laws were kept the same. One of these codes, introduced in 1860, was called Section 377. It stated the act of sodomy as carnal intercourse against the order of nature. It didn't specify state homosexuality as being against the law, but gay sex was definitely off the table. This was still in effect in the 70s, and the stigma around being LGBTQ was huge and horrible in this area.
Yeah, of course.
All this time, she'd been married to a gay man, which I'm sure we don't really need to spell out, was probably very difficult in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I can only imagine that once you find that out and, your relationship, you need to have a conversation about that.
And we don't know how long she knew that he was gay.
Oh, okay.
We have no idea how long. Yeah.
All right. How did he fare in this society?
Well, I'm not really sure how he ends up.
Okay.
Like, I'm not really sure what his end story is.
Huh, okay.
But she decided to write a book about it. So it was published in 1977, and it was the first published academic study on homosexuality in India.
Wow.
Called The World of Homosexuals. Rather than denigrate and degrade homosexuality as against the laws of gods and men, it explored through interviews and analysis of existing literature on homosexuality in a way that retained the humanness of the topic that so many people seem to forget.
Yes. I'm so happy to hear that.
She interviewed 2 Indian men, a gay couple in Canada trying to get married legally, and a temple priest who explains his views of homosexuality.
Okay.
She wrote, "It is not the individual whose sexual relations depart from the social custom who is immoral, but those are immoral who would penalize him for being different." The book was widely criticized, but she stood by it, and she stood by her husband.
Good.
At the end, it called for decriminalization.
It's all good.
At the end, it called for decriminalization of homosexual acts and a complete acceptance of LGBT people, not just a tolerance of them.
Thank you. That's another thing. Even in America, we're still fighting this.
We're still working on it.
Really fighting this.
Yeah. So she stood by him, and she published a whole book on it, being super supportive, but it was out there, and so the couple divorced in 1979.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Their daughter Anu had been staying with Paratosh at the time, because Shakuntala, sorry, I told you I was gonna...
That's okay.
Told you it was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Shakuntala was traveling, and so she would leave for long periods at a time, and Anu still had to go to school, so Paratosh was the person that she was with. But when they split, Anu started being pulled along on Devi's tours.
Okay.
The next year, there was an election. So remember I mentioned Indira Gandhi?
Yes.
She had been ousted and was running for office again.
Okay.
And so Shakuntala also ran.
Oh, shit.
She ran somehow in 2 districts, I think. I don't know how that works.
Yeah. Okay.
But she was an independent candidate in Mumbai South and Medak in what is now Telangana. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
If anybody does know the pronunciations of these, we would love to learn. Just if you could say it nicely. I know pronunciations can be something people get very emotional about. But definitely, I hear from other podcasts that people get really riled up about pronunciation. So I was kind of like, I just want to put it out there. We're going to do our best, but...
Have you ever heard a Dollop live tour where they're like, they can't pronounce the town name, and so then the whole audience
I haven't gotten to that.
all talking over each other, trying to say, pronounce the right thing?
Yeah, we are hoping to learn to pronounce things, but we're going to be learning as we go along. So there will be mistakes, but we would love to learn from those mistakes.
Just be nice.
Please.
Please.
Pretty please.
Please be nice.
Pretty please. Okay.
She ran because she wanted to protect the people of Medak from Indira Gandhi for some reason, like whatever her politics were.
Did you ever, across this, did you ever find out why Indira Gandhi was ousted? I know that you said we're going to talk about her in the future.
No, I honestly did not.
You probably had to go down.
Spend that time on her because I knew if I did, I was going to go into a black hole of Indira
And I respect
stuff.
that. That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we will find out another episode.
We'll build on it.
Yes, we will.
Actually, at one point, I do kind of want to make like a little like timeline of people we cover and like who's crossing paths at what time.
There's a way we could totally do that. I can look into putting that on the website for like funsies.
Oh my god, that would be so fun. Just as we go through, like build the website where every time we have a new thing, like the link to it comes up on a timeline.
Yeah, there's got to be like a way with tags, but we'll get into that on the offline.
That sounds really fun.
But yeah, we could probably find a way to... I can try to find a way to do that.
Okay. That'd be awesome.
Yay!
Cool. It meant that she was basically so upset by whatever the PM running again was. Like,
yeah.
She was just...
Not again.
I'm gonna run myself just to keep her out of office.
Yeah, yeah.
Indira didn't win. Or Indira won in a landslide, sorry, and Shakuntala came in 9th.
Well, it's kind of like a Nader situation. Nobody really knows you that well.
Exactly.
And, the incumbent usually has a lot more leverage.
Nader
Stan.
So Shakuntala left politics after her brief stint there, and she moved to Bangalore, where she continued her math life.
Okay.
Later that year, at Imperial College in London, Devi was tasked with multiplying two 13-digit numbers. All right, hold on.
Thanks.
I gotta do hundreds, thousands, millions, billions, trillion. Okay. 7,686 billion 369,774,870 times 202,465,099,745,779.
Infinity.
The two numbers were randomly selected by a computer department of Imperial College.
Okay.
The answer was 18 septillion, 947 sextillion, 668 quintillion, 177 quadrillion, 995 trillion, 426 billion, 462 million, 773,730.
It's not even a real number.
It's a really big number.
No. It took you two breaths to get through it.
I had to Google all of those and make sure that I was getting them right to read them out.
Oh my gosh. That is... It will never stop impressing me that she could just do that in her head.
Someone basically... I don't know if I go into it, but while I was researching, basically, they were saying, she just has a way of seeing the numbers in a way that just nobody else can do it. She'll just stand there and kind of stare into space for a second, and then, pop out with this number.
Wow.
It took her 28 seconds to get this.
Oh my god. It took you longer to read it.
Actually, let's time me.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna get timer. All right.
My leg. All right.
3, 2, 1.
18 septillion, 947 sextillion, 668 quintillion, 177 quadrillion, 995 trillion, 426 billion, 462 million, 773,730.
All right, that took 18 seconds.
Okay.
So, she had 10 extra seconds, but the fact that it's just they're so big.
That's super fast.
That's such a big number.
According to the Guinness World Records website, some experts on prodigies and calculation refuse to give credence to Mrs. Devi on the grounds that her achievements are so vastly superior to the calculating feats of any other invigilated prodigy that the invigilation must have been defective.
What does that word mean?
I don't know.
Okay.
But basically it's like, all right, nobody can do math like this. It's just physically impossible.
So it's got to be
it's got to be a trick. Like you can't actually be doing this. You must be cheating.
Oh, yeah, sure. She must be cheating.
Right. Writer Stephen Smith commented, the result is so far superior to anything previously reported that it can only be described as unbelievable.
Okay.
To this day, Shakuntala holds the title of the fastest human computation.
Wow.
She continued her tours, and in 1988 she won the Ramanujan Mathematical Genius Award. She lived her best life.
Damn right.
She had enrolled Anu in boarding school, but then would still pull her out and bring her on tours when she could. According to the biopic that has just been made about her, a lot of this time was exploring different career avenues and very little time spent with Anu, who was dragged along on all of these things.
Yeah, that poor kid. It's like
an afterthought in her mom's life.
Yeah. I mean, when she's living a life that big, it's kind of like, and you're moving around all the time, I guess you just kind of lost sight of, well, your kid needs to be stable. Yeah, like your kid needs, if you're going to take them with you, you need to be the stable one in their life, which means you have to be with them.
You have to be there for them, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't want to like mom shame Shakuntala, if that's how I pronounce her name.
I think it is.
It is one of those things where it's like, I don't know what it's like to be her, so I don't know how she was dealing with it all. But yeah, poor Anu, just very unstable.
So, also that year, she traveled to California to have her abilities studied by Arthur Jensen, who was a professor of educational psychology at Berkeley.
Awesome.
Right. So he gave her problems to solve, like the cube root of 61,629,875.
Don't look at me.
And the seventh root of 170,859,375.
Yeah, no. I got nothing.
That's 15.
Oh.
The other one's 395.
Oops. I should have known.
She would do these problems so quickly that before Jensen could finish copying down the problems in his notebook, she'd provide the answer.
I knew it.
You did talk about how quick it was.
It was just so fast. You can't even write it down that fast.
It's insane. So in the 1990s, she wrote a number of academic studies: caste system in India, rural credits and agricultural development, traditional and modernity among Indian women, social planning in India, women's status and social change. She was really into how all of these things kind of cooperate together.
Yeah.
And definitely caste systems and being relegated to certain roles in society. She even wrote a children's book called The Blessed Fisherman.
Aww.
And other stories.
That's cute.
Yeah, it was really cute. It came out
That's so sweet.
97. In 99, she published another learning book called Awaken the Genius in Your Child.
Self-helpy.
All of these math books were basically helping children understand numbers in a way that most people really never could.
Hey, at least she's trying to
She's trying to communicate how she thinks about numbers.
Yeah.
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 One of the articles I read said that she had a way of... Oh, yeah, I said this. She can just see numbers differently.
Which, it's insane to think is like, that is... It's a pattern, I guess, in numbers that she's picked up on. Mm-hmm. But... Oh, wow. I can't even really wrap my head around it. It's difficult.
Math prodigies in general just never seem... Like, there's no end...
No.
To my shock at their talent.
Yeah, math, I think, is one of those things that's hard, I think, naturally for humans to know off the top of their head. It's one of those things that, like, we've had to have the tangible aspects of math. We have...
Abacuses forever.
Yeah, abacuses. We have apples in front of us. We can literally do math with apples by moving them around. But when you take it off of that tangible side, that tactileness, I can't do shit.
Yep. I was very good with the little cubes, and that was how I learned my little times
the little
tables.
ones that click together?
Yes!
I loved those things.
Oh, and I got so good at, like, digits because they had the little stack-ems. So it was like one little unit and 5 and then 10s and...
Yeah.
And then I got really good with the money because the fake money. I was being trained to be one of their little factory workers right away.
Yeah, so, they did it with M&Ms and all I got was a sugar addiction, so. That's all I got.
All right, so there is a movie, like I said, that comes out.
Yeah, I'm very intrigued.
And I don't know because it's India, so I don't know if you've ever seen a Bollywood movie, but they're a little dramatic.
I've caught, I think, like little gifs here and there.
When I say a little dramatic, I mean like a little.
It's very
dramatic.
I don't know what to call it. It's just very,
it's over the top.
Over
all
the
time.
top. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's like a 3. Oh, speaking of,
they are long. I know that.
Do you have Netflix?
I do downstairs.
Watch RRR. It is a Bollywood, but holy...
Is that the one with the big dance scene that everybody was freaking out about this year that won an Oscar?
Yes.
Yes, because I saw that dance scene and I was blown away.
It is so good, and the whole movie is like that.
Oh, holy shit.
And it's very dramatic.
Yeah. Big stakes. Everything is very important.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
And a lot of gifs came out about it. Like there's one where there's like a bunch of animals that are kind of like exploding out of like this truck, and God. You don't understand like in the gift that is coming out, you don't understand why like all of these creatures are all jumping at the same time. Dude with a torch and all of these animals.
Oh God, and it makes sense in the movie?
Oh, yeah.
That's really impressive.
Exactly.
To make that make sense.
They can make it.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I know. I need to watch that.
So this movie comes out about Shakuntala, like, just a few years ago, and it's a little dramatic. So I'm going to kind of try and communicate some of this, but I don't know. I'm just going to leave it to everyone else to take it with a grain of salt, because none of this part of her story has ever, like... It was really hard. There was only one source in which to document any of this side of the story, which was the movie.
I see. So take it with a grain of salt.
Possibly. Okay. It's from Anu's perspective.
I see.
So Shakuntala's been working to repair and build a relationship with the daughter, but then she doesn't approve of who Anu wants to marry. Mm-hmm. And Anu literally takes Shakuntala to court because Shakuntala had been upset about, like, not being able to come and live with them as a family. Uh-huh. And because I guess they lived in London, and so she wanted to come and live in London with them, and they wouldn't let her. Oh. And then she ruined the husband's business. And I again, don't know how much of that is dramatization, but that's what happens in the movie.
I see.
Either way, it must not have been easy to be, like, I'm not saying at all it was easy to be a daughter of that kind of a person.
Right.
It must have been really, really fucking hard.
So wait, who ruined the husband's business?
Shakuntala.
And did it say how she did that?
I don't know.
Math.
I don't know.
She did math about it.
Magic math that ruined the business. I guess so.
She cooked his books. I'm kidding. I don't know what that means, but
she could have.
Yeah, she could have.
She saw the numbers in a way that no one else did.
Yeah.
Not even the IRS.
No, not even whatever the India IRS is.
What does ours stand for?
Fuck, I pay taxes. I should know. Is it Internal Revenue?
Internal Revenue Service.
Yay!
Indian Revenue Service.
Indian Revenue Service. There it is. We'll figure it out.
So they basically after all of this happened, the two really had a strained relationship for the rest of Shakuntala's life.
I understand. Okay.
So in 2005, she wrote a book called Math Ability: Awaken the Math Genius in Your Child.
Is that the same book?
It's a different one.
It's a different one about waking up the genius in your child. Okay.
She also wrote a book on astrology.
Okay.
Did I mention she was a Scorpio?
No, you didn't.
How very Pisces of me.
Oh, shit. So wait, she was big into astrology.
Yeah.
I wonder if that has to do... Is astrology big in India?
Yeah, I think that's part of their religion.
Okay, I guess
there's
I would...
a certain
yeah.
amount of, like, star placement. It's in a lot of ancient religions that I don't understand.
Okay. Yeah, same. But I would like to understand, so maybe I'll look into that. Because that's... Okay, so she wrote a book about astrology.
Yeah, it's called Astrology for You. She published it in 2005.
All right.
She continued to write as she got older.
More and more subjects that she likes come out.
At the age of 77, she wrote The Book of Numbers, In the Wonderland of Numbers, Planning and Rural Development,
What?
Employment of Labor and Rural Development.
Okay. That makes sense.
Environment and Rural Development.
Okay.
All published in 2006.
All in 1 year.
Yeah. She had a busy year.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's fine.
She needs to make money.
Yep. Though never a source of the front page news, Shakuntala aged into a fair bit of obscurity, and in 2013 she was admitted to a hospital in Bangalore with respiratory issues. Over the course of 2 weeks, her body got weaker as she developed heart and kidney complications. She died on the 21st of April, 2013.
Oh.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Human Computer, a title she never liked.
Yeah, we're just gonna call her...
Shakuntala, the math whiz.
The math whiz, the mathlete, the math queen. Truly, actually, the math queen, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I think she deserves something more, like the flip. What's a math thing for, like, a wizard?
Oh, a math wizard.
I mean...
Dexter.
I don't know. What?
I don't know.
Are you talking about Dexter's Lab, or are you talking about
Dexter's Lab?
Okay.
I was hoping that would just, like, make sense. Not Dexter the serial killer. That's her whisper.
That she really liked that show.
Oh, yeah.
Her whisper was...
She was around for a part of... When did that show come out?
The show Dexter was based on her book called The Perfect Murder.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, that would be a great tie-in.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about that.
Yep.
That is The Perfect Murder.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can't imagine what her brain felt like. Like, to have that brain. How do you see the world? I guess it was just math. Maybe it was just math focused. Maybe... I don't know, but
maybe she got like a dose of LSD when she was really young and just like had this epiphany about numbers, and then for the rest of her life was just like gifted.
She was in a circus. You don't know what was floating around the circus.
It was
in like the
30s. Yeah.
Like, you don't know what the circus
in
was
India.
like.
I would imagine nothing was highly regulated at that point.
Well, definitely just not in the 1930s. Like, anywhere you go, it's just bad.
Cough medicine.
Oh, with cocaine in it.
Cocaine.
Do cocaine about everything.
Cannabis.
Oh, yeah.
Heroin.
Lead, asbestos, arsenic.
Yep.
Mercury.
You're having a great day.
You're gonna really make it, kid. You're gonna make it.
It knocks you the fuck out so that then you die quietly.
Oh yeah, and I'm giving you speed if you're in the industry in Hollywood.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot of crazy things going on, but you know what? It was nice to know that people just came together to watch a little girl do math. Mm-hmm. That's kind of nice. Yeah. It's wholesome.
It was mostly like
she was being
universities
exploited
and stuff, but then like she made a whole career of it her whole life. She wanted to keep doing that because she was good at it.
Okay, well, yeah, there's the silver lining. She liked it, but it was also, I feel bad she got exploited.
Yeah. And I mean, who knows what she would have done with her life if she hadn't been exploited like that. True. Maybe she would have had a different career.
An accountant.
Yeah, she would have been like the world's best accountant. Yes.
And you can make a lot of money as a good accountant, depending on how far you go with it.
Well, she was a woman in India, so do you really think
they're not giving her an education?
Yeah, no way.
No. Well, wow. I had no idea I could be so impressed with the mathlete.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
Yep.
Shakuntala.
Math whiz.
I'm gonna look that up. How do you
The white in me said Shakuntala. And I'm like, nope, that's not it.
No.
No. And so I looked it up and I heard Shakuntala in a few different places, so I'm thinking that's it.
All right.
Math queen.
Yeah, math queen. Well, you say math wizard, but what would the name of that be?
Math witch.
Shakuntala.
I don't know.
Shakuntala.
That was the first one.
American pronunciation. Oops, that's bad.
I told you. American,
you did.
I said that was how I said it. When I was like, I'm white.
Yeah, you did.
The following pronunciation is brought to you by pronouncenames.com.
Better be official.
Shakuntala.
All right, so we were pretty close.
Shakuntala.
It's the
Okay.
emphasis. Shakuntala.
Yeah.
Shakuntala.
Shakuntala.
Shakuntala. All right, we're getting closer.
We tried.
Yeah, pronouncenames.com seems legit.
Cool.
All right.
All right. So that's her.
All right.
This was kind of a weird week. We had certain plans, but we adapted and overcame.
Oh, yes. Adapt. Wait, what is Bear Grylls?
Mm.
Oh, shit. It was this whole thing. It's something.
Better
Adapt,
drink my own
overcome,
piss.
survive, or something like that.
Get lost. Better drink my own piss. Find a river and go down the mountain.
And that answers all your problems.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
That's literally how he survived in every episode.
I actually never watched an episode.
What?
I was like, I don't need to learn that.
That was a show I loved when they had like just a marathon of it.
Oh, well,
Because then I could
yeah.
just watch it mindlessly and be like, ugh, every fucking episode he's gonna drink his.
And see, I spent all my time on Animal Planet. So I learned a lot about vet surgery. And like adopting, rescue animals and stuff like that. And and all of like the nature documentaries. I watched all of them. I know a lot about elephants.
I love elephants.
I love elephants. I want to hug one. It is my life's goal.
Me too.
Really?
Yes.
Because it's on my bucket
I want
list.
to ride one and like.
I just want to hug one. That's all I want. I just want to hug one and feed it and make it happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want a little baby elephant to play with me.
Sit and just play.
Yes.
And just love. Yeah.
That would be awesome.
That would be great. But gotta get money first. All right.
Experiences are so expensive.
Yes, they are. As is traveling and living out your dreams and surviving. Well, on that note.
Anyway.
Yeah. But thank you so much for listening. And please, if you liked our podcast, please give us a review on Spotify, because that would always help. Review on Spotify, or you can leave a review on Apple Podcasts, as well as we have our socials.
Yes.
All right, so you could find us on, oh God, here we go. There's always our website, wellbehavedwomenpodcast.com. Mm-hmm. That you can always look up any of our archives. You can see our old episodes, and I will have our newest episodes always posted on that front page. You can also find us on Facebook. We have a page and a group for well-behaved women. You can find us on there. And then Instagram. It's a little different with the Instagram. It's at wellbhved.
Oh, that's Twitter.
Oh, sorry, that's Twitter.
Yes.
Excuse me.
It's literally just because of the character limit. So it's the letter B behaved women.
So the word behaved is just missing that first E.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. So again, that's Twitter at the letter B behaved women.
We understand it's dumb.
We're gonna find an easier way to do this.
Figure this out.
Bear with us. And then let me think.
Well Behaved Women Podcast is on Instagram. We are on Facebook. We have a page and a group, and I don't know what the fuck the difference is.
I've been posting to both.
Listening, please go there, because we would love to see you as followers. We want to hear...
Yeah, what do you want to listen to? Yes. Do you have an amazing woman in your family, a friend that maybe you have, a story you'd like to tell? We also are always looking for topic ideas, and I am setting up our Discord. So in about, hopefully in the next week or two, we'll have that up and running for people to join.
Fantastic. We're also part of we have a Reddit subreddit going.
Yeah.
So
I've started posting there too.
Fantastic. Feel free to come and join us, and
Yeah.
I'm not really good at self-promoting. So
I am
this is really
learning.
hard.
I'm learning. I'm taking the outros of any podcast I've ever listened to, any YouTube channel I watch. Give us a like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Hey guys, like and subscribe. I'm not making fun of YouTubers. I love you. But yes, thank you. Okay, that works. But anyway, thank you. I am so excited to see you guys someday in the future on the comments. So please write in, tell us your name, just say hi, give us a topic, and
Please tell us that you're out there and you're listening, because we need that validation. Just give us a holler.
yeah, validation's
Please.
great, but I'm also okay speaking into the void.
Yes, that's fair.
Well, anyway, guys, have a great day. We'll see you next week, or you'll hear us next week. We'll get better at this, I swear.
And if we don't, who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we'll cut this out.
that's fine. All right.
All right, cool.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Bye.